The cold seeped into every bone, a constant companion on the unforgiving New York City streets. For years, Michael, a man whose age had blurred somewhere past 50, had known only the harsh reality of homelessness. Alone, with memories fading like old photographs, each day was a struggle for survival. He'd long since stopped counting the sunrises he'd witnessed from beneath the overpass, the rumble of traffic his constant, unwelcome lullaby. People hurried by, their faces intent, their eyes often passing right through him as if he were just another piece of the city's grime. One sweltering summer afternoon, the heat radiating off the pavement in dizzying waves, Michael sat huddled in the meager shade of a closed storefront. Hunger gnawed, a familiar ache that had become a part of him. A young girl, maybe 7 or 8, with bright, curious eyes and a small backpack slung across her shoulder, stopped in front of him. Unlike the others, she didn't avert her gaze. She held a half-eaten cookie in her small hand. For a long moment, she just looked at him, her brow furrowed in a childlike concern that tugged at something long dormant within Michael. Then, with a small, hesitant gesture, she extended the cookie towards him. Michael looked at the offering, then at the girl's earnest face. He hadn't expected kindness, not anymore. It had been too long. A lump formed in his throat, a feeling unfamiliar and surprisingly potent. He nodded slowly and reached out a calloused hand, his fingers brushing hers as he took the cookie. He ate it slowly, savoring each small bite. It wasn't much, but it was the first food that day that hadn't been scavenged or reluctantly given. As he ate, the girl watched him, her eyes never leaving his face. When he finished, he offered a small, grateful smile, a gesture he hadn't used in years. The girl smiled back, a bright, innocent flash that seemed to chase away some of the shadows that clung to Michael. Without a word, she then reached into her bag and pulled out a small, slightly bruised apple. She placed it in his lap. Michael was speechless. 2 acts of simple kindness from a child, a stranger. It was more than just food, it was a spark, a tiny flicker of warmth in the desolate landscape of his existence. The girl lingered for a few more moments, her gaze gentle, before a woman called her name from across the street. With a final, sweet smile, she hurried away. Michael watched her go, the apple warm in his hand. He didn't eat it immediately. He just held it, a tangible reminder of the unexpected kindness he had received. In that moment, something shifted within him. The cold that had settled deep in his bones seemed to recede slightly. The weight of his loneliness felt a little lighter.